offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wilson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by Penny. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
At the 25-yard line, the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33.
27.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
He was taken.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
On 3rd down, it's Bishop. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
He was taken
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. and he did on that play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run the counter. It's Bishop. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Again, the ball carrier.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
10 more there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Number 88.
Vincent Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
The kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Here's Reed returning. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
When the holding penalty sets him back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
On the play. It's now 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Matt Judon there to bring him down.
No gain on the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. This time, Jackson will throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bishop.
Jackson's pass.
Give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They run the counter. Bishop. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears.
Number 12, Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. His first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Bears 14, Seahawks 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
The ball carrier.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On second down now, it's Bishop. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. That's out to the left and complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
88. It's a game.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Bishop. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. To throw is Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Again, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over 1st and 10.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
A throw complete to Dorsett. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8.
Ahead of the chains now, second and 2.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Come to my work.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
Bears 14, Seahawks 10.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Jackson. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
56.
To throw again, Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The defense blitzed. They got to him, but a good job. He just hung in there, took the hit, completed the long pass.
Everything's not going to be perfect every time you throw the ball. You're not going to pick up every blitzer. You're not going to be untouched in the pocket.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
88. Touchdown.
Vincent Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Bears 21, Seahawks 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
58,
From the gun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
1st and 10 at their own 30.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
The kickoff for Seattle.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bishop, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
14. First down, Chicago.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Bishop. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Running back.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Intended for Cameron.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, but it's going to be 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
To number 8.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cameron Batson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
He is good.
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Bears 38. Seahawks 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
13-yard line.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
8 yards.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away, now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
3rd down.
Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bishop. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Seahawks.
Give them 32 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
11 at the 24-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
Jackson.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
A gain of
A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Down at the 22-yard line.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Robinson
Not much there, only a yard.
brings up 2nd.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And his throw is incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That last pass, CD, he just added another notch to the old belt. What a career it's been. He's over 35,000 career passing yards now.
And when you say that number, over 35,000 yards, how many people have done that prior to him?
Right around 30.
Boy, that's a pretty good number. Now you're into a membership that means you've done a heck of a job in this league for a decent amount of time. You're recognized as one of the better players.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Again, Wilson. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Wilson will throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. I call it no gain there on the first down play. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bishop. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bishop. Skirts by him at the 35. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
And the Bears first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year.
So it's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we...
Today's final score, Bears 38.
But Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Bears, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.